in the ROI for brand marketing. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we have a stretch and be energized this morning? I'm going to be doing this in Chinese, I was told, so I can do bilingual here and there. So, let's keep the gap closer, okay? Today we are talking about content velocity, 节奏与目标。今天我们的主题，在中国来说呢，
Today we are going to talk about content velocity. And in China, content marketing can help us bring us closer to consumers.
Elevate the brand health check. 然后其次呢，内容营销呢也可以促进我们。
Moreover, content marketing can also improve interaction with consumers, improve consumer experience. We can also resonate with consumers. That means relevant content is more effective. Of course, the goal of content management is to increase ROI and sales. In China, there are a lot of ways, a lot of types of content marketing, and we believe they can categorize into 3 types. First, badge. So what does that mean? That means you place some of the product in an existing program. This is product placement. Of course, there are other ways of badge management. For example, if you put a logo in a concert, and then this is the first type we call badge. Second, borrow, or a more soft way, namely telling a story to the audience, to touch them and to move them. This is what we are good at. For example, we have a program starting from scratch for a brand. We work closely with Zhejiang TV and Jiangsu TV to produce such programs. This kind of content management can attract consumers easily and can help soft promote the product. The next type is what we call build. Example, original content from the internet, social media content. These are the 3 types of content management. In recent years, China has been changing rapidly, starting from placement to TV, shopping, to new types of TV. I think you have seen that commercial of this chewing gum. And we have more types of programs. For example, if you want to sponsor a program, it is very costly, but you can also sponsor a small part of the program. For example, the talk show, a certain unit of the talk show. In that way, it will be less expensive. And you can also do a lot of social network marketing. There are a lot of types of content management and brand marketing in China with rapid changes. I think as marketers, you must be very familiar with all these shows. And we expect in Q3 and Q4, there will be a lot of competition between different channels. The shows will competing with each other, such as Voice of China, Where Are We Going, Real Heroes, etc. That means in the Chinese market, there are tons of excellent shows showing on TV. All the TV channels are buying a lot of content and improving the quality of their shows. This is good for the audience. This is also a big challenge for marketers. So how are we going to catch eyeballs of the Chinese audience? There are 1.3 billion people in China, 400 million households. All the channels are competing with each other. All the brands are competing with each other. So this is an excellent time for marketers. In recent 2 years, we also got some limitations from the government. Starting from this year, there are more reality shows because of the regulation. And some of the shows got their patents, their IP from abroad. Some of them created their IP domestically. There are several types. First, family style reality show, travel-related reality show, and sentiment-related reality shows. So I think this is the trend in China. If some kind of show is very popular in China, then other shows would copy the show. You know, when The Voice of China started, do you know the sponsorship cost? What was the sponsorship cost of the first Voice of China? Nobody knows? Only 16 million yuan. So what about now? I think the sponsorship fee has increased dramatically. So it has become more and more difficult for marketers. So in that sense, we believe the reality show will continue to flourish in China. But there are two other types of programs. First, kids-related programs or parent shows and education shows. For example, China Brain. These kind of shows have huge demand. So there are still some vacuum or some spaces for us to explore. Well, so much about the market. What about the audience? My company started a major campaign or a survey. We went to many cities from Tier 1 to Tier 5 cities to get to know audience experience. And this year, we have a more in-depth observation of the audience. We interviewed 29,000 customers. In the interest of time, I cannot share with you all the results. What I want to share with you is part of the survey, in particular the content part.
And we also try to make a comparative study between the interviewees of 2 years ago and today. And we found that the brand content continue to have huge impact on the audience. Everybody feels that digital is rising at this moment. Everything is digital, but the TV viewers was only down by 2%.
So the decline of TV viewership is only 2% in China, and 2% in China is nothing. Okay, so
in that case, so digital media, new media, they are important, but do not ignore the fact that many of you here, I know you are in FMCG, you are marketers of FMCG, and you have to remember that the biggest attention, the focus of attention comes from TV viewing. And people are interested in the domestic movie programs. They are interested only in Chinese-made shows, not in Hong Kong shows, not in American shows. So TV viewing continue to play an important role. Of course, TV is on the down and digital is on the rise. But the critical one is O2O, or online to offline to online, back to offline. So you have to get to your consumers 100%, 360 degrees. You know, any TV show, any variety show, it only lasts a season. But how do you extend your contact with your audience? How do you maintain the 600-degree contact with your audience for as long as possible? So here I quote a lady from Guangzhou, 23 years old. She said, "The journey of my exploration for brands are really deeply affected by my WeChat friends. They're multitasking. These audience, when they are watching TV, they are most certainly playing with their mobile phone or their tablets, chatting with their friends. So we have to get into contact with them 100%. The majority of the viewers, they will follow up on a TV show. For example, update. For example, visit their microblogging site or create their user-generated contents. And if O2O is good enough, they might be viewing some program while purchasing online for merchandise related to the drama." I also wish to quote a few words from the young guys, those young fans in different cities in China. This 18-year-old girl from Nanjing said that I will follow my stars QQ, my stars Weibo, and I will share their photos of their participation in the reality show and share interesting stuff with them. And that friend, that lady from Nanjing also said, and I quote, "I pay close attention to what cosmetic brand the artists or the stars used, and I will follow them." And there's this guy from Chongqing, 28 years old. He said, and I quote, "If I don't have time to watch TV, then at least I will watch them on my metro line, on my journey to work." And such people, their habits, their consumption habits haven't changed a great deal in the past 2 years. They are getting used to product placement, and they accept it, they welcome it. And if they got interested, they may even follow up by check them online, by Google them online, by do them online. Many of you may have already noted that there's a brand called Rio, and Rio is a drinking brand, and it is at this moment generating its sales through contents. And the Yangtze study this year, what's the difference compared with the one done 2 years ago? Well, not too much of difference. First of all, people do appreciate game or shows, TV shows with a great deal of education in that, and they are no longer fond of those shows that are sentimental, that get you to cry. We found their favorite shows are very positive, very energizing and pleasant. Because, well, that's simple to understand that they have suffered enough at work. They don't want to get sentimental at night. So for Tier 1 city consumers, they have a relatively higher acceptability for product implants. And then for the consumers in the Tier 4 and Tier 5 cities, they continue to be deeply impacted by celebrity endorsers. But many of you are FMCG, you know that very well, especially for those in luxury brands. They understand that the consumption, the sales of their products are driven primarily by celebrities who endorse their products. And I remember I went to do a survey in Tier 4, Tier 5 cities. A lady carrying a Louis Vuitton handbag to go grocery shopping. And since they have no idea what kind of occasions these products are actually used, but they only know that they only know from TV viewing that some celebrities wore them at certain occasions, and they gradually learn to pick up, and that's all. And I also took notice that Tier 4 city consumers particularly enjoy participating in live events of some brands. And some live events will simply drive their consumption on that occasion at that particular moment. Now that we've come to understand China's big market, due to the interest of time, it's impossible for me to share with you in every detail of Yangtze's study, which is important. But if you need further information, contact my colleague Emily. How do we better tell a story of our brand? First of all, we advocate smart content driven by data and enabled by technology and propelled by partnership. So all in all, big data. Big data helps us analyze our consumers' consumption. And we will use technology to support our plan, and we will work together with our partners to get it finished. So again, data-driven, technology-enabled, and partnership prepared. Well, I would say that content should be the core of the total planning. It's not like, well, this is the end of the year, I have a few millions left, and what slots are there for me to buy, like Youku or Baidu? Well, I tell you what, this is a bad strategy, and these video outlets are no longer cheap. You should not make the judgment at the end of the year. So, Starcom, what we advocate for is total communication planning, total planning. We will work with PR agencies, we'll work with communicators, and we will together make a plan for a full year communication of the brand. And our point is to improve the experience of the users, create meaningful stories behind a brand. And this is, well, this Liquid Thread is a brand under us, Starcom. Nice.
广告植入的不错呀，拿3星手机哈。多不见大家，有没有想我啊？
我也有见到你，红豆。
红豆你好。我是朱古力，所以你是巧克力。
一起 happy。
这个 feel 倍儿饿，憨豆钱，憨豆钱，这个 feel 倍儿饿，倍儿来。
OK， 所以大家可以看到，就是
So as you can see that we serve many brands. We are the only 4A agency that's covered worldwide. We have 35 operations. We have operations in 35 different countries. And just now, our moderator said that I was honored enough to be one of the Chinese judges in the Cannes Lions International Award, Spikes. And since then, we have made incessant effort to continue to grow our recognition, development, and so much was my brief bio. Okay. Well, you have it's hard for our. Well, since you have already seen the brand in the video, so I'm not gonna list them all here. But that's the technology glitch. Well, lately, what is the most? What is the program that we are interested in is agile marketing. 2 examples I wish to bring forward. One is Double Mint. We've worked with them for 5 years already. At first, it was like 100% product implant placement, and we create contents and stories for them only. But now we are creating social program, social marketing. We're not doing social account management. It's not like we're not managing your Weibo account. We're not managing your WeChat account. We are just working on your social content marketing. So in 2014, some of you may still remember there's a show or a campaign called Let's Make Friends.
Lü 绿箭作为第一个进入中国市场的国际口香糖品牌，伴随着一代人的成长，但随着竞争加剧，品牌增长趋势开始下滑。绿箭需要注入新的活力，与年轻人的联系更加紧密。通过对消费者洞察，时下的年轻人喜欢上网分享话题，他们喜欢关注明星热点。于是，我们将绿箭广告语“交个朋友吧”打造成话题标签，一场网络社交盛宴正式展开。锁定七夕节日，邀请网络大咖在不同的社交部落播撒种子，微博上随即掀起一阵交友热潮。凭借电影《一夜惊喜》和范爷的东风，明星成为引爆话题最好的助燃剂。于是，屌丝向女神隔空喊话：“我豁出去了，打算七夕买1000张票包个场，不知道范爷会不会也赏脸给我一个惊喜啊？”
交个朋友呗，这儿的一切随你挑，交予文你了。起来。这交个朋友吧，浇花是吧？哎，我跟你说，咱俩交个朋友吧。
交朋友球啊！别说了。
这年头慢年头，人家不就是想跟你交个朋友吗？交情不对，交个朋友吧。
你有病啊！
连我都没看上。还能看上你了？
这时，绿箭抛来了橄榄枝，
小绿愿意帮你达成心愿，送出电影票，让大家交个朋友吧。
网友纷纷感谢绿箭帮他们完成心愿。
马上就要开始了。
一张屌丝与新晋女神 Angelababy 手持绿箭的合影在微博上曝光，瞬间引爆网友的热情，同时引来大鹏的关注。
最近我发现了一个搭讪神器啊，就是这个某健口香糖。
一时间，口香糖引发一场社交盛宴的报道扑面而来。绿箭被定义为搭讪神器，交个朋友吧也成为这个夏天最流行的搭讪语。短短5周内，交个朋友吧campaign赢得超过5亿次的曝光，2次传播转化率领先同期快消类品牌活动10个百分点，话题标签6次登上微博热榜。绿箭与交个朋友吧在社交媒体上的提及率提升了185倍。与此同时，绿箭口香糖成功逆转下滑趋 趋势，出货量提升了4个百分点。交个朋友吧的风潮还在继续。2014年，绿箭新包装正式出街，你还在等什么？快用绿箭交个朋友吧！
我希望之后你们也可以跟我来交个朋友吧，交换一个名片。
Well, I hope this video clip explains itself. So with big data and data mining, I will be able to listen to what consumers like. Well, a lot of people want to stay at home. A lot of consumers want to go to karaoke. A lot of consumers like Angelababy. And at that time, the Chinese Valentine's Day was approaching, and we made use of the occasion to launch this campaign, Be My Friends. And that that video clip was directed by famous director Jin Yimeng. And ordinary people want to invite a beautiful girl to a movie, so we launched this campaign. We asked Fan Bingbing, the famous star, to act as a goddess, and we also invite a lot of ordinary people to show their love to Fan Bingbing, because Fan Bingbing is their idol. And with that, we started this campaign online and offline. We encouraged ordinary people to send their love message to Angelababy and Fan Bingbing. And a famous talk show, a Dapeng talk show, also mentioned this campaign. And we had a very good campaign based on our analysis. And that campaign lasted 3 months. This is not just a one-off event. It is much more than maintaining a Weibo account. This is an integrated marketing campaign. We are not, investing a lot of money for TV slots. This is the campaign that meets the demand of our consumers. Next. Our partnership with Eminem. This partnership has been lasting for quite a long time. 5 years ago, Eminem in China was not famous at all, because a lot of people in China don't like chocolate. So what can we do? Eminem had a very good idea, but that idea wasn't shown in China. But we know how to distribute the content, how to make full use of the IP. Well, Eminem is also one of our partners in the United States. Johnny Depp was the brand ambassador for Eminem, but I think we can find similar brand ambassadors in China as well. So we work with Liquid Thread. We also had Soho as our video partner, and gradually the reputation of MMM started to build up. So sometimes you have good IP, but you need to localize this IP in China. And M&M has established its flagship store in Shanghai. For other chocolate brands, we worked with Dove. In 2014, we started our social connective campaign for M&M. During the Spring Festival, Tencent started to offer NMM emoji. You can download emoticon of NMM. They're very cute. And apart from that, we also have other social media campaign online. I think the key is teamwork. We also work with BBDO. You need the IP from the brand, or you also need partners. Last but not least, this is what I'm most proud of. I believe this campaign will win a lot of awards. Mr. Bean went to China, went to Shanghai last year. The global idea for sneakers is that you are not you when you are hungry. And maybe you have seen the commercial of sneakers launched by BBDO. And starting from this year, we started to use Mr. Bean as the brand ambassador. The commercial was very interesting, but the commercial was first made in the UK. It didn't meet the demand of Chinese consumers, so we need to localize this advertisement in China. So please roll the tape.
Most people in China are hungry. Their usual solutions are these. To get them to put Snickers as a first choice for an energy refill was going to be tough. We needed to make the global message, you're not you when you're hungry, come to life in a local context. In most parts of the world, the word energetic usually conjures up these sort of images. But in China, the association is somewhat different. Square dancing is not only a hot social topic, but also a popular cultural phenomenon. We decided to make Mr. Bean's Kung Fu act part of the square dancer's daily routine. We seeded a Mr. Bean's video across social sites, responding and sharing back as netizens began to play. We also arranged for Mr. Bean to become personally involved through interviews with popular national TV talk shows.
Damas or middle-aged women in Shanghai.
As the chatter mounted, a pop singer was inspired to rewrite his top hit, which ignited huge viewing interest, which encouraged young followers to reinterpret the song and dance in their own ways. Strong recall and association with this vibrant social movement contributed to sales growth of 5.37% year on year. By contributing to a cultural and social phenomenon, Snickers had earned its place as a top hunger buster.
Okay, 所以刚才可以看到，这是一个非常典型的 O2O。
So you can see this is a very good example of O2020. It used to be a TV commercial, a British TV commercial, and then with social listening, with understanding of the consumers, then combining the Chinese culture, the square dancing, we have localized this commercial. And then we also invited a pop star Da Zhangwei to rewrite this song to make it more popular. Actually, Mr. Bean only had one day in China because it's very expensive, and we made full use of his time when he was in China. That's so much I want to share with you. If you have any questions, you can contact me later, or you can also contact Emily. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's have a short Q&A session. Okay, we have a question from here. My name is Lucy. I have a question because You are talking about the way of your working. Is that you are not working alone, you have a team. So what is your way of working? And how do you make your decisions? What is the planning cycle for the campaign? For example, when does the campaign start and when do you deliver the campaign? Sometimes you have to buy the slot as early as possible. So could you share with us that? Well, not only you. I think a lot of my clients have the same questions. MMS and Arrows have been working with me for quite a long time, so we are used to that kind of partnership. In the beginning, the GM and MD of Eminem and Arrow would talk to us, brainstormed with us. Every year, we had brainstorm session with different agencies. Also remembered, they invited me to ICE storage room in Beijing to do the brainstorming. We have the planning budget, so we will also incorporate the campaign in our plan. For chocolate, that's very easy, because chocolate is the item for Valentine's Day or for the end of the year. But for Coca-Cola, it's the summer drink. And chewing gum is very difficult to find the burst or the peak season. So in the beginning of the year, we'll find the brand directions. For Arrow, they have kept their brand direction for quite a long time, refreshing, etc. And every year they have different slogans, so it's easy for us to plan ahead. And by the end of the year, we will have different targets. So we started our campaign in the beginning of the year.
So at the beginning of the year, I realized that I'm gonna do this in May or June. But sneaker is a different thing. Mars GM, she is like the global champion for sneakers. So she came up with the idea very early. So then we worked with BBDO and their advertising agency together. So I believe the priority is the client must drive forward. It's the client's power to keep everybody in line, to generate this partnership. That's the most important thing.
Thank you.
Okay. Other questions, please? Chris from Coke. My question is, you mentioned that TV is a significant share in media, and then you emphasize the integration between social and digital. So, from your point of view, how do we integrate them? If you have got any tips. This is a frequently asked question. Like The Voice, 500 million, I don't have the money. Can I just invest in TVC? Can I invest a little bit? I tell you what, The Voice, it was just 16 million, and you didn't want to do this. Now it's 300 million. You want to pitch in just by 30 seconds? Well, I got pissed off. You know what? You have to be sure of your brand objective. It's not like everything needs to be put on TV. We've come up with some new idea or new proposal. Maybe a season of Where My Dad Goes is too expensive. Then we could work on one episode. We're gonna link them up with social content. So that's a way to do this. It depends on your entire objective. For the summer campaign, the awareness of Coke is 95%. You don't have to always go on TV. So we're going to work. Starcom is gonna work with Hollywood celebrities to promote the summer campaign. So it will be event, will be social media, and work with the large conventional companies. Really, it depends on your objective. I'm from Singapore. China is very special, unique. China has really, I have seen through Hong Kong or the Taiwanese market, China has this flexibility. Chinese consumers change fast. We have to catch up with them. So you have to make smart investment. When you are making investment, it have to be a long term, and you try to build a sustainable approach. Don't do it in a one-off approach. Coke is always about happiness, so it's a great direction. A little later, I think Richard will share with you more of Coke's story. Thank you, Ms. Goh. Thank you for the presentation.